Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello dear students, welcome to another lecture, and in this lecture we are going to cover another writing skills topic, which is speech. So we are going to learn how to write a speech. Now speech is something that we people hear in our everyday lives. We see our Honorable Prime Minister giving a speech on the national television. We hear people who are very dignified giving a speech. When in school, we used to hear our principals, our teachers, our vice principals delivering a speech. So speech is something that we all know what it is all about. So again, it is a formal address. A speech is always something which is very formal in nature and is aimed at a target audience. So you know who you are targeting, who you are aiming at. It acts as a medium to convey one's thoughts or opinion. So a speech is one of the mediums through which you convey your thoughts, you convey your opinion, you share information, you spread awareness about something. Now, what are the points that we need to keep in mind when writing a speech? First, always begin drafting a speech by brainstorming ideas and then organize them in a sequence. So you have to brainstorm the ideas. Brainstorm the ideas means whenever you get a topic on which you have to write a speech, always use your brain. Think of all the multiple ways in which you can draft that speech and then write them in a proper sequence. Continue writing your speech by writing, elaborating and supporting the main idea with facts and opinions. So you have to continue your speech by elaborating, by writing in detail whatever is the main idea that you are talking about. You have to elaborate that main idea using facts, using your opinions. Mark the transitions well. Now, what do we mean by transitions? Transitions refer to the pauses. So, whatever pauses you are giving when delivering a speech, those pauses should be, thought of and should be delivered in a very nice manner. People should not feel that you've forgotten your speech. Rather, your speech should be that these pauses should be such that they hardly make any impact on the listener. So, identify the areas where you wish to introduce the transition in your speech. So, what are the areas in which you wish to introduce what all changes you are going to take place? Review your speech to remove any errors in vocabulary, spelling or grammar. So, after you've written your speech, it is very important for you to go through your speech again so as to review whether you've not made any grammatical, any vocabulary or spelling error. Get rid of the errors to make the final draft and rehearse well. So, before you deliver a speech, you need to give a good rehearsal to that as well. Now, what is the layout? What is the structure of a speech? The introduction should include the salutation to greet the chief guest. So, when you start your speech, the introduction should be greeting your chief guest, the fellow speakers as well as the listeners. Then you have to announce the topic and also inform the audience about the occasion why you are writing the speech. Then the paragraphs, the second paragraph onwards, you should clearly state what is the motive, what is the reason, and you have to use various statistics, various numbers in order to further elaborate on your points. You can state and you have to state all the positive, negative effects, arguments, everything pertaining to that topic are to be stated by you. Now, before you conclude the speech, before you bring the speech to an end, Sum up all the points that you've made in this speech. So, before you end it, before the concluding paragraph, you need to sum up all the points that you have made in your speech, and you always conclude it by either giving a warning, making a request, or making an appeal for something. And the most important thing, the speech will always end with a thank you. So, there is no heading that we give to the speech like the article. We simply begin expressing ourselves using a greeting to the chief guest or the people around us, and then we have to end. Now, let us look at a few of the sample speeches in order to understand this topic better. So, you are Jay or Jaya, school pupil leader of Shyamala Memorial Hall, Trivandrum. Write a speech in 150 to 200 words that you would deliver in the school assembly during the Vigilance Week on how to eradicate corruption. Eradicate, remove corruption from the life of the people. Now, what are the points that you need to include in your speech? What is a Vigilance Week? What do we mean by Vigilance Week? What are the reasons behind poverty in our country? And what are the ways in which we can solve this problem? So, like I told you, there's no heading that we give to the speech. We straight away start reading, we straight away start speaking. Respected Principal Madam, teachers and my dear friends, I, Jay or Jaya, am going to speak on how to eradicate poverty from both private and public life. Eradicate, remove poverty from both private and the public life. We are celebrating the Vigilance Week. Why do we celebrate it? Does not the occasion urge the countrymen, particularly the youth, to be vigilant and bold? Why should we be alert and against whom? The answer is so simple. The country is gradually sinking in the mire of corruption. So, we are going towards corruption. Corruption, violence and nepotism have become the indispensable ingredients of India's private and public life. The environment has become polluted. Honesty, faith and fairness have become outdated. They are old practices now and forgotten values. Pragmatism and self-interest have taken the place of principles and ethics in politics and public life. No one seems above board. So, there is no one who is better. There is no one who is not at all corrupt. Right from the men in the ranks to the Prime Minister, no one exudes confidence and integrity. The UPA too has been rocked continuously by a series of scams and scandals. The Commonwealth Games scandal tarnished India's name. It brought a bad name to India. Then came the 2G scam that brought even the Prime Minister in the range of suspicion and doubts. The fate of the opposition ruled states like Karnataka were not different either. The acts of omissions and corruptions brought the BJP government down and out of power in Karnataka. The cancer of corruption is eating away the vitals of our public and private life. Let's take a pledge to be vigilant. Let's not tolerate the corrupt and the corruption. It is the duty of students and the youths of today to fight against the cancer. They should take a pledge that they will never give or receive any bribes in public or private life. Let's be vigilant. Why should we forget that many of us have the right of voting? Let's exercise this power and elect only honest persons and men of integrity for our legislature and the parliament. Only a corruption-free India will be a strong and prosperous India. Thank you. So, you see all the details pertaining to how the country can be called as corrupt what are the reasons for it, and where is our country leading to have been written in detail. The last paragraph, it has ended on a positive note by urging the people to use their right of voting and to make sure that they vote to the right person so that India can be prosperous and happy and corruption free. Let us look at another sample. So, metropolitan cities are troubled by the problem of power shortage. We all know that. The only way to prevent ourselves is not to waste any power. Express your views through a speech in 150 to 200 words on the essence, the importance of power in our lives, and expressing the ways in which it can be saved. You are the principal of QPR school. What are the points that you need to involve in your speech? How to use the electric energy wisely, problems that are arising due to power shortage, and the ways to conserve, to save energy. So let us start. Dear students, today I am here to speak on a significant subject, that is power shortage in our country and how we can save power at school and at home. Electric energy occupies the top grade in energy hierarchy. So, it is at the top. It finds innumerable uses at home, industry, agriculture, and even in transport. No one can undermine the importance of power in our daily life. For our smooth day-to-day living, we need an uninterrupted power supply. But despite impressive growth in the power generation, power shortage still continues and it hits us every day in a very bad manner. We, in small ways, should try to save power. A small change to your lighting, to your gadgets, proper utilization of the electricity can do wonders in saving the power. Replacing all the incandescent light bulbs. Incandescent, those bulbs which shine very brightly. So, replacing them with LEDs and CFLs is one such step. Heaters, coolers, air conditioners, water heaters, washing machines, etc. are those gadgets which need a lot of power, and thus they should be used in a very wise manner so that the power can be used wisely. At school, you should see to it that all the fans, lights, etc. are turned off while leaving your classroom and make others also aware of it. Sustaining electricity delivers the double purpose of helping stop global warming and saving a lot of money. In our day-to-day life, we can use natural lights whenever possible. Today's wastage can be tomorrow's shortage. So, if you waste tomorrow, you will suffer today, you will suffer tomorrow. If you do not think of saving power today, it can bring dark nights in your life tomorrow. Conservation is essential and you can do it if you try. We all can actually play our part to save power in order to have a better and brighter tomorrow. So, you see, speech is basically expressing your own opinions to a gathering in front of you, and again we make use of multiple paragraphs to break our opinions in small points. So, my dear students, with this we come to the end of this topic. I hope it is very much clear to you on how to write a speech. So, I will see you all now in my next lecture.